The Edmonton Oilers came out today and confirmed what we all kind of knew, that they were going to go back to this. 4 times this upcoming season, they will go back to these. Now, they're calling them retros. It's been a year. I don't know. I don't know that there's necessarily a length of time you have to wait before something's called retro, but I would think it has to be more than a year. Anyways, they're going to these with the Adidas style, the Adidas neckline, and of course the Adidas silver NHL logo, all that fun stuff. And there's a lot of people talking on Twitter about how this should be the full-time jersey of the Oilers. They're right. Here's what happened. So, at the time that McDavid gets drafted, he wears the orange throwback. So these came back as a throwback to the original WHA Alberta Oilers, minus the orange Oilers on here. It looked really bad. So I guess they were like, well, we could do a throwback, but we can't make it exactly like the old Alberta Oilers because that was an ugly jersey. So it was popular, and it sold a lot. And it led ownership, I believe that's what led ownership to decide when they went to Adidas that they were going to go to orange. So what they did was, rather than just make it exactly the same, well, if you're in marketing, you got to change things a little bit. So the orange is a little brighter, and the blue is darker. And it's a nicer looking jersey in person than it is on a camera or however you may view it. But the fact is, blue is the color the Oilers were wearing when they won the Cup 5 times. And it's much like any time that Canuck fans get asked, which jersey would you like to see come back? And of course, Canuck fans, surprisingly to everybody except, well, everybody, the Canucks fans choose the flying skate because that's the way it works. The Canucks' best years are perceived to have been in the mid-90s. The one that we all look back on fondly in Vancouver is the run to the finals against the New York Rangers in 94. And I think it was a more heartwarming underdog story than the 2011 one. And the stories have the same ending, but one you're on the road and you're the underdog, and you're the other one, and the other one you're the favorite at home that kind of chokes away the game. So that's why Canuck fans will always look back fondly on the skate, and because guys like Bure and Linden and McLean wore it. Now, blue was the color that the Oilers won 5 Stanley Cups with, not orange. But orange sold because it was new. I remember there's some article somewhere. I'll have to find it because we need to talk about jerseys again at some point. Because it's funny, being popular doesn't mean it's nice. And that's true. The first year that Buffalo had gone to that slug design, Buffalo owners were quick to point out that Buffalo Slug jersey that we laugh at now was the #1 selling jersey in the league. So we can look back on that now and say, man, that was ugly. It was an abomination. Yeah, but it sold. Everybody bought one. And that's kind of what ends up happening. So what I expect to happen is that the Oilers will take this at some point and use that as the third. And some variation of this will be the main jersey. Now, I want to see this the main color and this shade of orange as the secondary color. And I want to see it done really nicely. Now, that's probably going to have to wait a while, but I think that'll happen too. You know, the design I really wish they could throw back to at some point. I would love to see the Oilers at some point do some kind of throwback with this. This, to me, was their best look. The problem is, they didn't win with this look. This look was the Ryan Smith era and the era when the Oilers were not particularly great, and they were coming out of the Stanley Cup era and looked pretty beat up for doing it. And, of course, that was the same point in time where their third jersey was this, which either you enjoy or you think it's an abomination. And, again, there's 5 rivets here to denote the 5 Stanley Cup wins. So it paid homage to those Stanley Cup wins, and it was important, but of course, nowhere on the jersey is the actual Oilers logo, which makes it weird and curious. And depending on who you ask, it's ugly. But at the time that came out, that was the best-selling jersey too. So there you go. Best-selling does not equal best jersey. That's just how that works. And again, we need to look at it. But for me, if I'm an Oilers fan right now and I see this jersey in an Adidas, the blue one, you're probably going to buy it. and you're probably going to be saying we need to bring this back as the main jersey. I think that will happen. But here's the sad part. For people who already are like, I've spent too much on jerseys for my favorite team, if you don't buy that third jersey, if you don't buy the blue one, then the Oilers will look at sales and they'll go, the orange one still outsells the blue one. So we're going to stay with that one. Ideally, we would all see teams wearing their best jerseys, and that's something that I could definitely do. Line up what I think are the best jerseys for each team to wear. Not necessarily the nicest, but the ones that I think are most iconic and they're most identified with, and would be the best ones for them to wear. If they were going to just say, all right, we're going to all wear our best ones, not necessarily the newest and shiniest. So that might be an interesting video to do. But let me know as an Oilers fan, with this announcement that they're going back to what they've used before and calling it a retro jersey, and they're only wearing it 4 times this year, it feels like a tease. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.